Hey, 5 easy habits that makes real estate agents more successful. And I'm going to share with you sometime during this video a little script, a little thing that you can send out that helps get those people that have not responded to you. This one works really, really well. All right, guys, let's get into it. Thanks so much once again for coming back. Really appreciate it. Trying to bring great content to you all the time. And this one's going to be right the basics. These are the things that you got to do every single day. I was watching a podcast and they were talking about a couple people that I follow were talking about how many times to master a listing presentation. They were saying 10,000 times. And I was like, you know what? It's the repetition of the things that we just do over and over and over again that are very meaningful, helps us win really easily. And I thought, you know what? Let's get into the ones that I believe are absolutely keys for agents. Okay, so number one, of course, I'm going to go right into the strongest one, I believe, is have 10 minimum meaningful conversations every day. Now, if you do not have 2 or 3 listing appointments, then I would encourage you to extend it out. Once you've mastered 10, let's get to 15, let's get to 20, and even 25. But start with 10. Okay. And if you have to, start with one, start with three, build up. But 10 should be the minimum standard if you're a full-time agent. Okay. Even if you have appointments, you always want that so that pipeline's going in. And a meaningful conversation, just so we know, is not just saying, hey, you looking to buy or sell, right? It is a real conversation that creates a relationship. It could uncover the needs. It will open the doors to future business, right? This one is so powerful. I know how important this is. That's why I want to get you in that habit. And if you've watched my videos, you know I say this over and over and over again because it works. Now, all the other things that we could build up also work, they help, but it's to really drive it to this, right? If we can. Okay, so an example, you call a past client, you ask how the home is working for them. Who knows what could come up? Sometimes I've seen this happen so many times where in doing that, they tell you, hey, you know what? Actually, we need to, boom, upgrade. We want to get even a larger house, or we need to downsize. We've got to do this. Or, you know what? We really don't like this area as much. We want to move into. So many times when we're reaching out, it can turn into you're like, wow, I was just calling to see how you're doing. And they have a referral, they have their own home, right? There's a change, something's gone on. All of a sudden, they're so glad you called. Guess what? We want you to list our home and we're looking to buy another, or we've got friends, family, right, and a referral for you. Okay. Message someone who liked your post and start a real conversation. This is another great one. If you're posting content a lot, you get these kind of opportunities, right? So, really great one. And absolutely, opportunities will come from that. Uh, Ask a neighbor if they've noticed more signs going up in the area. It's such an easy icebreaker, right? Follow up with an old lead and ask if their plans have changed. Not too hard, right? And I will give you a great one if they're ghosting you. I've got a killer one, so make sure you stay till the end. Sometimes throughout I'll drop it, and it's an awesome one. Okay, uh, talk to an open house visitor. Ask about their timeline and motivation. It's really good. And why it helps, and I'll say this over and over again, conversations create opportunities. More conversations usually lead to more appointments, more referrals, more deals. Uh, Most agents don't need a magical lead source, but I love to have them. But they need more daily conversations. And just think of the numbers, right? If you're having 10 a day and let's say roughly 2,500 minimum per year, I'll bet you that's going to give you a much easier chance to get 20 to 25 opportunities of selling homes than if you're not doing it. And if we have that baseline established, then as we start to build on these other things on top of that, and we're getting referrals and we're getting the game simply gets easier when we're doing it. And guess what? Also, it helps. It keeps that pipeline going. Biggest thing reason I like this is I want that pipeline for you to always get opportunities. This is what we're in, right? We have to have those conversations. We have to create things that are either coming to us or we're going to them, whatever, but we have to have those conversations and opportunities, okay? And it's a great habit to get in. Start with one if I'll meet you where you're at. If you can only do one, do one. Get to two, get to three, but eventually get to 10 quickly. Because the faster you get there, the better things are going to go for you. Okay, number two. Hopefully, this is why you're tuning in here. Learn something every single day, right? The market's going to change, clients change, objections change, technology changes. If you're not improving, you are falling behind. So, practice one objection every morning. Study the MLS, right, for 15 minutes. Know what's going on. Watch one training video. Okay. Get in my free coaching and get in my paid. Let's just cut right to the chase. It's such a good price right now. Just jump in there. Watch my channel every single day. You're going to at least have something that I feel is important for you, and it's going to help. Read 10 pages of a sales book, right? If you're not sure where to start with Think and Grow Rich. I think it's a great foundational one. Even though it's slightly dated, there's just such great things in there to start. And then, of course, you can pick the ones you like. Role play a listing presentation. You can role play a lot of different things, objections, practice that. Review your last appointment and think, what could I have done better? I always love this one. Skills are going to create confidence. Confidence creates better conversations. Better conversations create more clients. And the agents who improve a little every day become very hard to compete over time. And this is another thing I would say. So let's say you're going to listing presentation and we're just trying to get that presentation. We're trying to get that listing, right? Overcome the objections. Great, we get it. But there's a difference between we get it and it's slightly overpriced and we get it and it's priced to absolutely sell quickly and give everyone a great experience. So yes, there's levels to the game. And you have to look at each one. How could I have done better at that? What do I need to practice to get to that? Right? And the more they feel you're the expert, the more they're going to go with you. So the more success you have, right? Or if you're creating content that's showing and demonstrating, and they're seeing all of your sales, you've sold this, you got more than different neighborhoods, right? You're dominating that neighborhood. It's easier for them to just go ahead and do what you ask. When you don't have that, it's harder. But that's why we have to practice and try to improve, right? Okay, next one. Follow up faster than everyone else. Okay, a lot of people, agents, lose clients because they wait too long. Follow up once, give up too early, right? The fortune is in that follow up. Right? If you get a new lead, if it's an internet lead, you got to call, text, email right away. And I would even say throw a video in there. Make a quick video. Really fast. Okay? After an open house, send that message the same day, right as you're finishing up or earlier. If it's a buyer consultation, send a recap video, listing, follow up with the next steps. Okay, if someone ghosts you, follow up with value, not necessarily pressure. All right, and I think this is a good time. Okay, here is my secret. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. This one is a killer one, and it works really well. High percentage. If you're having a hard time getting a hold of them, this is what I want you to text. You're harder to reach than the president. That's it. Say it one more time. It is magic. You're harder to reach than the president. That one works great if someone's ghosted you or is not getting back to you. For whatever reason, one of my little secret weapons, it works really well. You're welcome. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe too. I'll keep going. But follow-up shows professionalism. Constant follow-up shows you care. Most clients do not always choose the best agent. They choose the one that stays in touch, answered questions, and made the process easier. Now, does it help if you're the best agent? Can you do the best? Yes, I want you improving to get there. But if we're doing that, right, plus we're bird dogging, following up with them, and doing whatever we need to do, we're going to win more often. You know this is true. You know the things that I'm showing you work. I know they work with the many thousands of coaching clients that I've helped. Okay? All right. Number 4, I'm going to go here. helpful content consistently. What am I doing? I'm trying to just give you the stuff that works, trying to make a change in you. Okay, if you're watching, take action. Put action below if you're going to do something with this. But content is one of the easiest ways that you can build trust at scale. You watch this because you know the stuff that I'm coaching you on or telling you to do. It works. I already know it works. You just have to put it into action. But you can talk to one person on a phone call. That's great. But one helpful video can reach 5, 10, 15, 20, or 1,000 people, right? So what can we make? Here's some easy example. 3 things buyers should know this week. Biggest mistake sellers are making right now. What does 500, 750, a million get you in this market? Should you wait to buy? How to know if your home is overpriced. Weekly market updates to your city. Watch my video. It goes through 7 days worth. But even if you're doing 1, that's still better than 0. Okay, these are great titles. Man, I would definitely be creating that YouTube content. And then you could break them into other things. Those can, of course, be social media posts with calls to action, right? If you need help, jump in my paid coaching and just message me. Frank, what's the next thing I should do? I'll get on it with you. You will improve. You will make more money if you follow the stuff that I'm telling you to do. It's almost impossible to not, unless you really, truly are just not cut out for this business. Most are. Most can't. But it's up to you. Okay? People do business with the agents they know, like, and trust. Content helps people feel like they know you before they ever call. I get this all the time. Hey, I watch your stuff, or I'm in your group, or blah, 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 right? They see it. They're like, man, you post a lot of stuff? I go, yeah. But it keeps you in top of mind with the clients, friends, family, and future buyer sellers. What happens? They go with someone else because you're not posting stuff. You're not creating content. You're not helping them. They might know you. They might like you a little. They might even trust you. But if you're not on top of the mind or omnipresent, they go with the other person that is. Start winning these battles. Yeah, there's battle. Every time I'm coming on here, I'm fighting. I'm fighting to be the person, right, that you watch, that you like, that you trust, that you're like, you know what? I'm going to give Frank a chance. I'm going to subscribe it. I like this guy. I can tell he cares, which I do. Okay, you can always hit me up with any question you have. All right, number 5. Hopefully you like that one. You can end every conversation with a simple question. I used to do this when I cold called. Okay? I always ask, hey, just really quickly, last question right before we go out there and meet with you at 12 or 2. Who else do you know that's looking to buy or sell right now or in the next 6 to 12 months? You know what I got like clockwork? Referrals. They said, that's so funny you asked. Hey, I know this person's looking. Hey, can you do a quick 3-way? Here's my text. Can you introduce me to that person on a text and I'll take it from there, and I really appreciate it. They're like, yeah. Sometimes they would say, I don't have anyone. I say, hey, not a problem. Would it be okay if I reach back out to you with you in a couple days? Or this afternoon when I'm coming out? Can you think of maybe 2 to 3 names? They're like, yeah. What do you think they did? They had a name or 2 for me. Now, they didn't always work out. But by me asking, gave me a chance. So if they're no, I ask, follow up, guess what? I'm getting more than most people. I'm getting more than you are because you don't do that. And if you're good and confident, and I know I can help people, and I know I do a great job at it, I'm going to tell you it's your duty and obligation to do that. You don't want them going necessarily with someone else, unless you feel they're better, then fine. But when you get confidence and you know you can do this job at a very high level and that you're going to really, really help them, absolutely. And a lot of times, it's simply caring. And you're going to pay whatever price it is to be successful. So always ask that question, right? Who do you know that's thinking about buying or selling this year? Do you know anyone who would find these market updates helpful? Doesn't always have to be such that straight referral. Do you know anyone that you think this YouTube channel would help? Can you refer them? Can you invite them? Can you share it? Please do so. Just share it with one person. That's all I ask. Is there anyone I should be helping right now? That's another great question you can ask, right? Different way to phrase it. Who in your world has been thinking about making a move? Point to the neighbors if you're door knocking, right? If you've just closed, that's when I asked. When I got that listing appointment locked up, I said, hey, who's another 5 to 10 people you know that are thinking of moving? They're like, 5 to 10. Suddenly made 2 to 3 easy. They would almost always give me 2 to 3 names. Who would this be helpful if I sent this to someone you know, right? Who would this benefit? Okay, why it helps. Referrals often happen when you remind people what you do and how you can help them. A simple question can turn one conversation 2 to 3 more opportunities. Now, do you see why having those 10, 15, 20, 25 conversations are so important? And we're combining it with we're ending every conversation with that simple question, and we can rephrase it and package it different ways. And there can be different things that we're extending. But who do you think wins? Person's having more conversations and the person that's not afraid to ask that question. And I might even ask them, is there any way I can help you? Right? A lot of people don't want to get locked down. What if they say yes? What if they say yes? Then we help them. What does that show too? It shows we care about them. And when we truly care, I don't mind asking if they can help us. I care about you. They know it. They don't always have it. But sometimes they text me or call me later and say, you know what's so funny? I thought of someone right after we hung up. But you're not getting that because you're not asking that. Don't be afraid to go after what you want. Be amazing at this job. Be absolutely the best version of yourself and you're continuing to improve. You're going to win. Okay? Get in my free, get in my paid, subscribe, watch, please. Guys, I will step up and get better and better and better. Okay? And just in case you missed it, try to fast forward to the end. I like it. The one you can say when people have ghosted you that worked really, really well. You're harder to reach than the president. I love that one. Okay. Final thought. Talk to more people, improve your skills, follow up faster, create helpful content. Make sure you're cranking the YouTube right. Ask for those opportunities. You do these things, make these your habit. You're going to become more valuable, more trusted, and be more successful over time for sure. I know you will. And I want you to have an amazing rest of the day. I hope this was valuable for you. Okay? Post in the comments below if it was, and I really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Take care.